Children, good morning to you all. In previous video, we discussed about the book back question that we completed on last video, right? See, now in this video, we are going to study about some of the questions that present inside your book. That is simply evaluate yourself. Okay. See, now we'll move on to question number 3A that's present in your book page number 8, right? See, the first question is that calculate the number of moles that is present in 9 gram of ethane. Okay, see, now we'll see how to solve this problem. See, we all know moles, 1 mole will be equal to Avogadro number that is given by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. That you knows well, right? See, now based on the data that is given in this question, the molar mass of ethane, which is given by C2H6, the molecular formula for this ethane is 30. You all know how to calculate it, right? See here, you all know how to calculate the molar mass, right? The carbon will have the molar mass of 12, right? See here, 2 carbon are there. So simply 2 into 12, that will give you 24. Okay. The hydrogen will have the atomic mass of 1. See here, 6 hydrogen atoms. So 6 into 1 is 6. So now 24 plus 6 will give you 30. So the molar mass will be expressed in gram per mole, right? See, now we'll see N is equal to mass divided by molar mass. Here in the question, they are given the mass, that is simply 9 gram. That is 9 gram of ethane, which is divided by the molar mass. The molar mass that we calculated is 30 gram per mole for ethane. So once if we simplify this, we get the answer 0.3 mole. Okay. See here, what happened is that in this unit, the gram gets cancelled, right? See here, when this mole goes to the numerator, this -1 will become +1. Okay, that only I have written here. So now the number of moles that is present in 9 gram of ethane is simply 0.3 mole, right? So now I think you all understand this simple problem, right? So now we'll move on to question number 3B. See here, calculate the number of molecules of oxygen gas that occupies a volume of 224 ml at 273 Kelvin and 3 atmosphere pressure, right? See, now we'll see the solution. See, actually at 273 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure, 1 mole of a gas will occupy a volume of 22.4 liter. I think this you are well versed in the molar mass. Okay, molar volume. Under molar volume, one tabular column that I attached in the previous video, right? So just go and brush up all the previous video session. So which will be easier for you to understand the last concept. See here, now the number of moles of oxygen that occupies a volume of 224 ml at the given temperature and pressure. Okay, so now we have to going to calculate the number of molecules of oxygen. We all know oxygen is a gas. See here, in the question, we have to calculate for 224 ml of volume. So first of all, we have to calculate for 1 mole. So by simplifying this, we will get the number of molecules for the concerned volume. So now 1 mole, that is divided by the 273 Kelvin, 1 atmospheric pressure and 22.4 liter into, here you see in the question it is given 224 ml. Okay, so now we have to convert it into liter. So which means we all know 1 liter will be equal to 1000 ml. See, now I'm going to convert this 224 in ml, right? That into liter by dividing it with 1000. Okay. So when we divide it with 1000, then we get 0.224 liter. Okay. So now here the temperature and pressure is 273 Kelvin and the pressure is 3 atmosphere, that is given in the question. Okay. So now we have to simplify this. We get the answer 0.03 mole. Okay. See, that is simply this 273 Kelvin gets cancelled, and now this 0.224 liter divided by 22.4 liter will give you 0.01 mole. Sorry, 1 liter into 3 atmospheric pressure, that is given here, right? So your answer will be 0.03 mole. Okay, so this liter gets cancelled and this atmosphere also will get cancelled. Only we are having this 3 and here 1 mole. That's the unit for this. Okay, so now the number of molecules of this oxygen for a concerned volume of about 224 ml is 0.03 mole. Okay. See, now we'll move on to the 1 mole of oxygen that contains the Avogadro molecule. So which means for 0.03 mole, because here we have calculated for 1 mole. Okay. So for 0.03 mole, we have to multiply it with this Avogadro number. So once if we multiply, we get the answer 1.807 into 10 to the power 20 molecules of oxygen. Okay. So now this will be the molecules of oxygen for this 0.03 mole. Okay. See, now we'll move on to question number 4A. So this is present in your book, page number 10. Here 0.456 gram of a metal gives 0.606 gram of its chloride. Calculate the equivalent mass of the metal. Okay, see here in the question they are asking the equivalent mass of the metal. Okay, so now we'll move on to the solution. In the question they already gave the mass of the metal, that will be equal to 0.456 gram. The mass of the metal chloride is 0.606 gram, that is given in the question. These are all the given data. See, now here in the question they mentioned the chlorine. Okay, that is chloride. So now we have to calculate for the chloride. They have given already in the previous step metal and then metal chloride. Okay, so now we have to calculate for this chlorine. Okay, that is metal chloride and metal they gave. So which means if you subtract this metal chloride and then metal, we get the answer 0.15. Okay, so now this 0.15 comes if we subtract this metal chloride and then metal, so which will give you the chlorine value. Okay, see now the mass of the metal that combines with 35.5 gram of chlorine. So this is nothing but it is the atomic mass of chlorine. So now we have to simplify this with the given data. See now the 0.456 divided by 0.15, that is for chlorine, into the molar mass. So now we get the answer 107.92 gram equivalent. Okay. We all know the equivalent mass will be expressed in terms of gram equivalent. This gram per equivalent. Now we'll move on to question number 4b. Calculate the equivalent mass of potassium dichromate. The reduction half reaction in acid medium is given in the question itself. Okay. See, now we move on to the solution. So from the question itself, we have understood potassium dichromate will be expressed by K2Cr2O7. Okay. And we have to calculate its molecular mass. Using that, we have to correlate with the given half reaction. See, now we'll move on to the first step. The equivalent mass will be given by molar mass divided by the number of moles of electrons gained. Here the molar mass of K2Cr2O7, that is potassium dichromate. Here why we take the potassium dichromate is because in the question they gave Cr2O7. This Cr2O7 comes from the potassium dichromate only. Okay. So from this, the reduction half reaction is given. So now the molar mass of potassium dichromate and the 6 equivalent, that is the number of moles, that is equivalent factor. Here the equivalent factor given in the question itself 6 electron. Okay. In the acid medium, we all know acid means it will have the presence of H plus ion and H2O in the product side. Okay. So now once if we simplify, we get the answer 49 gram per equivalent. Okay. See here, this mole gets cancelled. So this equivalent, when it goes to the numerator, this +1 will become -1. So only here the -1 comes, right? See, now we'll move on to fifth problem. A compound on analysis gave the following percentage composition. Here their percentage are given for carbon, hydrogen and then oxygen. So they are asked to calculate the empirical formula of the compound. So this problem you all well known, right? See, we all know empirical formula is nothing but it is the simplest form of expressing the ratio. It is simply simplest ratio. So now using the data, first of all we have to frame a tabular column. Here for carbon 54.55% and then hydrogen and oxygen. The atomic mass of carbon is 12, hydrogen is 1 and oxygen is 16. So now we have to calculate the relative number of moles. So how to calculate the relative number of moles? That is simply this percentage divided by the atomic mass. So we will get the answer 4.54 and here 9.01, then 2.27. Okay. So now next step we have to convert it into the simplest whole number ratio. So now to convert it into a simplest ratio, what we have to do is that we have to divide it with the least number. So now if we check with the previous step, this 4.54, 9.09, 2.27, in this 2.27 is considered to be the least number. So now what we have to do is that we have to divide this, all those number with this 2.27. So which means we get the answer 2 and here 4. Then for oxygen it is 1. So now using this we have to find the empirical formula. So now the empirical formula is simply C2, that is carbon will be 2 here, and for carbon it is 2, and hydrogen it is 4, and oxygen it is 1. So C2H4O, that only I have written here. See now question number 6. Here the experimental analysis of a compound containing the elements X, Y, Z. On analysis it gives the following data, and here the X, Y and Z value are given. So now we have to calculate the relative number of atoms of this X, Y, Z, and the molecular mass of a compound is given. Okay, so now the first question is that the atomic mass of the element. We have to calculate the atomic mass. So previously, in previous question and all, they gave the percentage value, and using the atomic mass, we will calculate the simplest ratio, right? So actually this problem is based on this empirical formula. Here we have to calculate both the empirical formula as well as the molecular formula, and also the atomic mass of the element. Sometimes the question will be given in twisted form, but the question is very easy. Okay. See now first, using the given data, we have to frame the tabular column. See here, they have given, previously they gave carbon, hydrogen, oxygen or any element name, but here they simply given in a twisted form, simply X, Y, Z. Okay. And here they gave the atomic mass also. So now X, Y, Z. See here 32% and 44% of X, Y, Z. So now the atomic mass of the element is simply 16, 24 and then 88. See here in the question they gave the X value 32. So now when we divide this 32, because we have to calculate the atomic mass. If they gave the element name, means we can easily write the atomic mass, but here they have simply gave X, Y, Z, and also they gave the relative number of atoms, that is 2, 1 and then 0.5. So now from the given hints, that is 32, that is divided by 2 for X. So that will give you the atomic mass of X. So now this 24 divided by 1, that will give you the atomic mass of Y, and then this 44 divided by 0.5, that will gives you the atomic mass of Z. So now the relative number of atom is simply 32 divided by 16. So these are all the steps that we follow, right? Percentage divided by atomic mass, that will give you the relative number of atom. In the next step, we have to convert it into the simplest ratio. So why we are doing like this simplest ratio is that here you see we are having a decimal number. So usually the compound won't have a decimal number of constituent atom. For that, we have to convert it into the simplest ratio. So now what we have to do is that we have to double the number, that is here 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4, and here 1. 1 plus 1, 2. And now 0.5 plus 0.5 is simply 1. We have to double the number. Suppose if we have this kind of decimal, okay, if we have the normal integer, means we can easily go for the find the empirical formula and molecular formula, but here we are having in decimal. So which means what we have to do is that we have to convert it into the simplest ratio by simply adding the same number. Okay, so now we get the simplest ratio 4, 2 and then 1. So now we can tell X will be 4, Y 2 and then Z 1. So now in the second step, the empirical formula, so that also we completed. So now we have to calculate the molecular formula of the compound. See here you see, we calculated mass, that is empirical formula mass is simply 16 into 4 because already they gave the previous step we have calculated the XY Z value. So on comparing with the atomic mass, we have to calculate the empirical formula mass. So simply the 16 into 4 and 24 into 2 and then 88 into 1. So that will give you the empirical formula mass. Okay. If they ask empirical formula means we have to write X4, Y2 and then Z. But they ask for empirical formula mass. So mass means we have to calculate the molar mass. So now the molar mass is given in the question itself, that is simply 400. So we have to compare it with the empirical formula. See, we all know molecular formula will be calculated by the molar mass divided by the calculated empirical formula mass. So this is the formula. So if we divide this 400 by 200, we get 2. So now